welcome to Seoul, Korea. This is Doa. I am here with Kelly. And Kelly, you know what day today is?
It's the semifinals of Korea.
I know, it's the semifinals already. I've only been here about a week or so. And yeah, we're already here.
How has Korea been for you so far?
Korea has been absolutely awesome. The food is amazing. Again, the people are extremely friendly and really cool. And yeah, just a ton of StarCraft. I played all day yesterday, and I think I really improved a little bit. But the players we're about to watch today certainly don't need as much practice as I do, Kelly. These are really the top 4 players in Code A easily, I'd say.
That's right. I mean, we have Leenock versus LosirA, my 2 favorite Zergs in Code A. We have Slayer's Alicia versus OGS Supernova.
I know, yeah. What were you going to say?
You can't really pick who you want to win.
Yeah, really. I mean, in both of these best of threes today, it really could go either way. I mean, if we look at our first ZVZ, we have Leenock Foyu, of course, who's an extremely creative Zerg player, very, very solid against incredible miracles. LosirA, who's just a really solid macro Zerg player. He really goes for that power economy. So when those two styles clash, it's kind of tough to call, who's going to come out on top. But what do you think about the second match?
Whatever happens on Friday, we are going to cast a PVZ or TVZ.
That's true.
What more can we ask for?
Yeah, there's a Zerg in the finals, no matter what. So, a victory for Zerg players everywhere, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not wrong, the first and second place of Code A actually gets to choose who they want to play in the up and down match.
Yeah, they do. Actually, that's huge.
It's a big thing.
Especially this season with all the titans of StarCraft 2 that are going to be in the up and down matches. Weirdly enough, it's a huge deal to get that first and second spot place, just because then you can pick someone that maybe is, I don't know, but you still have to kind of choose between like MVP and Slayer's Boxer. I mean, Pole Prime is in there, but
how do you pick?
Yeah, it's tough to pick. I wouldn't want to play any of them, but I don't know. Any of these 4 guys, though, with the way those other players have been playing and with the way that these guys have been playing, I'd say they have a good chance of moving up into Code S. But let's take a look at the match results from yesterday.
All right, for the one on Monday, we have I am LosirA 2-0 Liquid Hawk, Leenock for you 2-0 ST Virus, Slayer's Alicia 2-0 TSL Rain, OGS Supernova 2-0 TSL Killer.
It was a 2-0 day. And as for the real matches that were played yesterday, we had OGS MC 3-0ing Hangun Prime and July Zerg in an epic match against OGS Nada. If you guys haven't seen that yet, definitely watch it. I was in the audience. It was insane. Wow, that match yesterday was actually...
I know, it's so close.
Yeah,
it's like
was extremely close.
2-2, and then the last match, July took it by storm.
Yeah, well, Game 3 on Metalopolis, man, I mean, that was one of the best TVZs I have ever seen. If there is actually any of you out there that have not seen it, please go watch it, buy the pass, check it out. And let's not forget, of course, the people that make this all possible, Intel and G-Skill.
I know.
A combo of processors and RAM, kind of like Batman and Robin. They can fight crime just as much as you can fight your opponents in your computer.
Oh no, we've been hanging too much with Artosis.
I know.
Stop.
No, I didn't practice that analogy as much as I probably should have, Kelly.
Okay, so, I mean, the first match we're going to have, I am LosirA versus Leenock. Close matches. Every match that I cast of them, I've been saying Leenock is going to be the best Zerg in Code A because he came from Code S. LosirA, I think this is his first GSL, actually. Yeah, I think this is his first GSL, and he's my second favorite Zerg. So I can't really pick who is going to win this run. Leenock for sure has more experience, but LosirA, he's new, so he has that burst of power. Going to be very good either ways.
Yeah, we're going to see, but the game is starting right now. Let's get inside of it.
Alright, we're on Scrap Station, and on the right, spawning the Raid Zerg.
I am LosirA.
Look at him, young and fresh. 6 win, 1 loss.
Yeah, he does not lose a lot. That is for sure.
For a Zerg, you know?
Yep, but this is his first ZVZ.
Well, and on the top hand, we have Leenock, the blue Zerg, I just said his name before the Street Fighter voice.
It's
Too
okay,
excited.
though. He won't mind. I won't tell him.
He won't mind.
Leenock for you.
Leenock Foyu. Leenock Foyu, who is really a beast in ZVZ. I mean, this guy has played some of the best ZVZs that I have ever seen. And I'm not just saying that to make this sound more exciting. It's actually true. He's actually one of the best ZVZ players out there right now, I think, in Code S or Code A. Now, our map today is Scrap Station for the first match in this, for set that is in this match. It's a good ZVZ match.
Well, if you actually look at Leenock's score, he hasn't dropped a single game in Code A this season.
Yeah.
How sick is that?
That is actually amazing. I don't know if there's any other Code A player that's actually done that.
And LosirA only lost one. The thing about that is they are playing Zergs, and Zerg is such a reactionary race, so it's kind of like you have to lose to win. It's not always like a confirm you can win all the games. It's the hardest race to win, you know, all the way, for sure.
Yeah.
So I have to say, very impressive.
Yeah, ZVZ, especially in the early game, is really kind of a micro-fest. I mean, especially if the players go for that Speedling, Baneling composition. Now we're going to have to take a look at what each player is deciding to do. Both actually went hatch first, surprisingly enough. I'm a little bit surprised by that, especially with Leenock kind of known for not going hatch first in a lot of his ZVZs. I went back and watched the ZVZ he played against. It was Next Coca, I believe. It was Next Coca. And yeah, both games he went pool first.
Well, for Scrap Station, it's kind of a big map. You have to go away route to go to your opponent's base. Even if you do bring a couple of Zerglings in, it's not going to be enough for you to stream your army in time. I think both of them know how each other plays, so they feel kind of safe to go hatch first. In this case, you do see that they went for exactly the same build, but having a look at for now. My favorite strat in this map is actually just starting in Baning Walls. It's very common because of how big the choke is on Scrap Station. The front of your base is actually very big. You can just stream units in very easily. You see they're going to position their overlords.
Yep, it's good to definitely get vision of what's going on, and we kind of see the first deviation between the players right now. It actually looks like, if we can get a shot of it, that Leenock is getting that Baneling nest. There it is as we follow the Queen going after that Overlord, but I don't think she's going to get it. The Overlord may be a Sloverlord at this point in the game. Sorry, Kelly. But it's going to get away. It's fast enough anyway.
Yep, LosirA getting a later Baning nest. If Leenock can actually stream in units faster, especially to the expansion or even to the main, his Banings will be there first and he'll be able to take out a lot of units. He's going to stream his first few units out to the base. At the moment, he has a lot of Zerglings. That means he wants to be aggressive for sure. But it looks like LosirA wants to be more defensive because he only has 2 Zerglings out on the field at the moment.
Yeah, it certainly does look like that. Drone count's about even for both players. 24 for LosirA, 22 for Leenock Foyu.
Well, both of them at the moment are massing Zerglings.
Yeah.
Speedlings are already up for Leenock, and for both of them, in fact. Baning Nest just got up.
And a couple Zerglings for LosirA, actually getting the base of Leenock for just a second. Gonna do a little bit of scouting there, maybe do a little harassing. Oh, actually turning into Banelings on the left side of the base, but Leenock will find them. And LosirA actually need to get... But in the meantime, Leenock moving in at the base of LosirA. LosirA has a lot of Banelings. Leenock forced to pull back just a little bit early there. And LosirA pursuing with those Zerglings.
Well, the thing is, 2 Banings can take down your whole Zergling army.
Yeah.
So, all you need is 2 Banings. You don't actually need that much.
Yeah, he's got a lot more than 2 right now.
Hopefully he doesn't get cornered.
Leenock trying to maneuver, just trying to pick off as many of the Speedlings of LosirA as he can. Oh, actually, Leenock taking out quite a few Banelings of LosirA.
Oh, great micro there by Leenock. He didn't actually lose much of his army over there. Less than half of his army was lost, and he managed to take down all the Banelings that LosirA had. Leenock immediately going for Ro4. That is so big because LosirA will be in so much trouble if he doesn't have Roach to defend against this army that Leenock has at the moment. Leenock is definitely on top of unit army composition.
Yeah, and this is really typical Leenock ZVZ from what I've seen in the past. He likes to kind of defend against that early Zergling Baneling aggression and then tech into something different before his opponent does. He's getting Roaches pretty quickly already on the way, although it looks like LosirA taking out the queen at the natural of Leenock, going after all those drones as well. He's going to be able to get quite a few of them. Leenock trying to defend. Two banelings coming in, getting a huge amount of zerglings from LosirA. Not quite all of them. LosirA still threatening, but the roaches are out now for Leenock. And banelings taking a few more on the way out.
Well, LosirA needs to get Roach for sure because Roach can't defend against... I mean, Splitlings and banelings can't defend against a Roach army from Leenock. Leenock not being too worried because he knows he has a better unit composition for now.
Yeah.
No Roach Warren coming up still. Unless you have a lot of Splitlings, you're not gonna be able to defeat a Roach army.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. The roaches can soak just a ton of baneling damage. Looks like a second gas just finishing for Leenock according to the production queue there. And LosirA right now just really trying his hardest to mass enough to take out Leenock, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think Leenock's defense is too tight yet.
Both of them getting an evolution chamber. +1 Roach army we might see from both players.
Yeah, the upgrades are actually kind of slated to go up at about the same time. LosirA will be getting his Roach Warren as well.
You know what's the difference between Leenock and LosirA? Or in fact, LosirA from other Zerg players. LosirA loves to drone very hard. He drones so much. I mean, I'm going to have a look at the income tab now. He has 49 drones against 39 drones from Leenock. We've been seeing that a lot in all his matches. He produces the least amount of army he needs normally to defend or to be aggressive and keep his enemy in the base. And then he just drones so hard. Example, last week games against Liquid Hug. We did see he had 2 bases, and on his main and his natural, he was just fully saturated within minutes.
Yeah, I don't know where LosirA gets all these drones from. I think he comes to the studio with extra drones in his pocket and slips them in through the CD-ROM drive when we're not looking.
LosirA actually being super creative. Normally people block their ramp. With roaches, he's like, okay, I'm gonna block my ramp with banelings. Yeah,
it's a little bit squishier, but definitely more entertaining. I also have banelings look kind of like little walking light bulbs filled with acid, I guess. Both players getting their missile attacks level 1 upgrade as well. Leenock really trying to get some zerglings into the base to kind of see what his opponent is doing, and he's not really having much luck at the moment. Carapace actually being upgraded for Leenock as well. He is getting his lair right now. Leenock with a lot of roaches outside his main. And LosirA trying to pick up a baneling. He does manage to do that. Here come some more roaches for LosirA, but Leenock again not letting him get in there.
Leenock already has his lair up.
Yeah.
It looks like LosirA is still on his hatch.
Yeah. And that may actually give the advantage to Leenock a little bit later. He is getting his roach speed right now, but it looks like we actually have LosirA pushing through the middle of the map. He's going to take out the rocks on that small little bridge between the 2 bases. And he's just got a ton of roaches right now. 27 roaches for LosirA to the 24 of Leenock, so Leenock actually does have a good amount.
Yeah, but you have to remember that Leenock has +1 for both defense and attack.
That's true.
So he's going to be slightly on top of that one. He's going to lose his queen right there. Here comes the engagement.
Here comes the fight, and some banelings getting it, softening up the roaches of Leenock. LosirA getting an awesome concave on these roaches, but it looks like a big roach line dance right now, but LosirA has a superior amount of roaches. Leenock forced to fall back into the main base. More roaches coming out right now for Leenock. Drones coming off the line. Leenock actually could be in a little bit of trouble here. LosirA might turn for the natural in a second here. More roaches reinforcing. Looks like LosirA is going to be able to push in. I think LosirA may have this.
9 roaches left for Leenock on the field. LosirA almost has 30 roaches on the field at the moment, even though he has less upgrade. It looks like his sheer amount of droning earlier in game is benefiting him right now. Just because he had that much drone. GG from Leenock.
There it is. Huh. So wow, the superior drone count of Leenock. We got to search that guy before he comes in the studio. We're going to pat him down tomorrow so we can find all those extra drones. And Leenock, not too happy.
Leenock is shocked. He's thinking it's his first game that he lost the whole season.
Yeah.
And he lost in one of the most important matches he can have, which is the semi-finals. This will be his chance to choose who he wants in the up and down matches.
Yeah, and again, that is such a huge chance this season. I think the other thing, too, is that Leenock has just got to be shocked about this. I mean, he is known for his ZVZ, and here he comes into a map that he's done really well on, traditionally Scrap Station, and loses to roaches that had less upgrades than he did. So if I was Leenock right now, I might be a little bit shaken up. It's he's got an uphill battle from here. He really does.
He's going to look back on this and think, how did LosirA have 10 more drones than me early on in game? I mean, that makes a lot of difference, especially in early mid game.
Yeah, but that's LosirA. I mean, he's such a complete Zerg player. He knows, I mean, when you play Zerg, the idea is to get just enough offensive units to allow you to drone up, to get that huge economy, which comes in so handy later in the game. So LosirA really showing his strength as just a complete Zerg player right now. And I think Leenock is going to need to get pretty creative. We're going to need to see creative Leenock in game 2, I think.
These two maps are actually very interesting because we have seen him play Yu-Gi-Oh! I think on both maps, Scrap Station, and now we are going to Crossfire SE, where we see a lot of infestors being used for this map. We might be seeing that, and we are going in game really soon, so I can't wait to see what Leenock will do to hopefully, get a tighter series, come back one map, and we can go into an ace match for Leenock versus LosirA.
Yeah, I want to see Leenock's Roach Infestor play. That's like my favorite thing in the world. In his last ZVZ, he was fungal growthing Mutalisks. That takes a lot of micro, but the game is beginning. Let's do it.